repairs. They're quick repair, but very durable and long term. Okay.
Okay. So with the same product, we're actually gonna break a tube open and have a look. All of the products here, because this is so thin, it's only a 10-second shake, and I've already shaken it today. But I'll just show you how we prime them. It's very important to balance and prime the cartridges before you use them, because there is 2 products in here. And what we'll have in this one, this is a specially designed cartridge. Although it looks like a normal silicon cartridge, actually part A is down here and part B is up here. So when we start pushing on the piston, by the time we get halfway, the tube's actually empty. So it's a trap for young players. You get halfway through the tube, you're like, shit's gone hard and all that sort of thing, and it's not, it's empty. This is not the most economical way to buy the product. We do it in the 300 by 300 side-by-side cartridge like this. We do it in a 7 litre and a bigger bulk
750 by 750 by 750 available.
Yeah.
Large cartridge.
So for the bulk products, it's way more economical. So for this product,
it's still applied via an applicator gun, right?
You can actually buy part A, part B into 2 different containers.
1 gallon, you get a gallon of A.
Yeah,
you get a gallon of A and a gallon of B.
Yeah.
It's 1-to-1 ratio, so it's very easy to proportion out.
Yeah.
And so you just mix it up, pour it into your application.
Yeah. What's the recommended mixing? How would you mix the 2 components together?
To mix A and B together?
Yeah.
20 seconds.
Yep.
It's water.
Just
it's like mixing
manually with a stick, right?
Yeah, just a stick, because it's water basically.
Yeah, okay.
20 seconds, good swirl, see that it's one color, and you're ready to go.
And you'll see, especially with this product, because it is so thin, when it's packaged, we do sometimes get a little crust on the inside of here, so it's important to wear safety equipment. Always. And we found a good way to stop any mess on people's clothes is to just have a little. You'll hear it click.
You shoot a little bit out there, so.
Should have gloves on too.
Yeah, or turn it down.
But you'll see here as well, I want to make sure you can see I've got 2 products coming out at the end, which is the amber and the grey in this case. And because this is a very thin product, we also put a restrictor in the top, a flow control valve, which allows us to turn the cartridge up without it falling back in, and stops it falling out the tube anyway.
Yeah, it helps the thin material to begin to mix properly. Initially, it gives it a turbulent mixing, and then as it goes through all the elements, by the time it finishes, it's actually been blended almost 1,000 times by the time it gets through, because they just keep intertwining and blending, and it's like multiplies.
So you need to purge the canister before you put the flow restrictor on?
Yes, just to make sure you've got both products coming out. And it's important that balancing is the most important thing. And the only issues we've had with these cartridges with guys that have been using it for a while, and they just get a bit lackadaisical and they think, I'm going to take a shortcut and I'm going to finish this tube and start another one. So they quickly whip this tube off and try and put it onto the new tube. They don't bleed, they don't purge, and they end up having issues with it. So
you have a small section of it that wouldn't harden. It'll just sit there.
So just as I do this, I can see, because it's almost clear at the top, I can see if there's any air in the top, and I can see there's a few air bubbles coming through there now. Pretty confident we got all that.
Yep.
So you'll see these special guns too that we sell. We're not just on the raw. This gun is a 26-to-1 ratio. So most corking guns that you buy from Places or anything like that may be 8 at best. Sometimes 4, sometimes 12, but usually around 8. And not so much with this product, but with RA88, some of the thicker pastes, you really need this, especially in cold weather, because not only are you forcing it out of the corking gun, you're also mixing it through this turbulator as well. So you really do need that ratio.
You know, the mixing nozzle works great, but it does produce back pressure. It takes more pressure to blend that through, so you need a more powerful gun. So it actually puts out over 900 pounds of force. So it's a very powerful tool with that 26-to-1 ratio.
So I've just let the first handle go of this product just to make sure that we've got a fully mixed product. But already while we're talking, like we say, this has got a 2.5 minute gel time. So even while I'm talking now, the mixed product is starting to go off. So if this was a garage floor or something, or a crack in the floor, what we tend to do is go over the whole thing.
So it's going to penetrate deeply through that, and you'll see in a minute. It may even run out the sides, possibly, or the bottom. We have sealed it with tape, but sometimes we have to stop injecting because it's continuing to leak. So we're going to give it a chance to set up a bit and then add some more later.
Okay, so that's what I'll do first. If this was 6 or 8 meters long, by the time I got to the end of my 6 meters, we've given this a minute or two to start doing its thing and to gel up.
Yeah.
So, so you can see how thin it is. It's penetrated, it's fallen right down. Whereas, again, if you're doing a floor prep for vinyl, you would have to grind out. And at one stage, one of the techniques they were using was to grind out the repair, run a bead of silicone down each side of it, come back the next day after it's cured, mix a 2-part paste and try and press it into the V that they'd done. Come back the next day, so that'd be a 3rd visit, grind it all off, and then you can start laying your floor covering. So not only was it a 3-visit application, but you're really only going as deep as the V. It's not getting right down deep to the bottom of that slab and doing its thing properly.
So
Just a
20 minutes you're done.
shrinkage crack and say a warehouse floor,
Okay.
or even say a polish. You've got a polished concrete floor, hairline cracks. There's no need for any sort of mechanical preparation in terms of V'ing that joint
No,
out
you don't.
first.
No.
Yep.
You just
Yep.
let it
As
flight
long as
cut.
it's clean
Let it flight
and
cut
all
the
the
surface.
debris
Just like
removed.
he's doing, just
Yeah.
like he's doing now. You know, want to make sure there's it's opened up enough to be able to get into the crack.
Yep.
That's all you need, and then it's gonna
Yep.
penetrate in.
What would be the minimum crack width that it would be?
Minimum? Beyond what you can measure. I mean, this stuff will go in where you can only see the slightest hairline, just like he's saying. It was a very fine shrinkage crack. It'll penetrate a fine shrinkage crack.
So-
It may not go real deep because shrinkage cracks, as you know, aren't very deep. It'll go as deep as it can. Yeah.
So if we'd waited, 2 or 3 minutes, I take it that won't penetrate into that crack as far as if you'd done it straight away?
The capillary reaction helps it, so we always try and run we call it wet the repair first, so right the way through, and then the most problem we have is when the crack's too big and the product's so thin it's actually running right through into the tailings below, right through the 4 or 6 inch slab, in which case then we'd have a couple of options. We could use some clean dry silica sand, and we could sprinkle some sand and then wash it in with the product just to thicken it up a wee bit. The other thing, once we've got it wet and we know that the product's running right through to the bottom, so the sides are sticky. The other thing I sometimes do is pour a bead parallel to the repair and just give it that 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then we'll get our big spatula and you'll see it's got a few legs on it and it'll push in. But
I'll give you a practical example. Okay, so we have a garage, with 2-car garage, like a carport. Okay, and underneath it is a utility room. Okay, and it's been leaking for years, right? So in order to stop it from leaking, we tried some different products, where they didn't work. So what we did actually is we took this product. Well, you did have to go ahead and grind out some old material that was in the crack. There was a joint and a crack. Okay, the joint was a controlled joint, maybe so wide. Okay, so we opened that up, took the old material out. I shot this product in. Now what we did is I just put some paper down below, some viscosity plastic down below, and I shot it up in the top, went down underneath, and you can see it starting to drip through. Continued to shoot it until I could see it dripping the entire length of the crack underneath, because I didn't seal it off underneath. I wanted to see it penetrate through. Penetrated through just like that, okay? And so then we waited like this, like you were just asking. So now it's setting up down in the base, shot another one in, it was leaking just a little bit at that point, then shot a 3rd one in, no more leaks underneath, and that filled it all the way up. I filled it up to about that far from the top, gave it a little bit of distance, and then put a product that we're going to show you later called EJ, expansion joint material, in that last little bit, so that as heavy vehicles went over the top and it was moving, it wouldn't continue to leak again. That was the failure of the other crack repairs. It's been over 2.5 years now and it hasn't leaked a drop.
Did you add sand to it or
No
no?
sand.
No
I used it
sand?
just like this. I wanted to make sure it penetrated all the way through.
so you can see already in here, in the bits where there's more mass, it's already starting to change colour. And you'll notice as well, even the stuff that's on there now, it's got legs. It's not water thickness, so that's starting to gel just as we're looking at it, and it'll change colour to a white.
It'll look like kind of like this down here, whitish gray kind of.
So the only thing that we're here for strength, not for good looks. So this product does get affected by UV. So if you're going to do someone's garage or it's not going to be covered, there is going to be an issue where it's going to stay a white or a yellowy colour.
Well, the sun with UV, it's going to turn kind of a greenish yellow. Okay.
Is
Kind
the
of an
UV
ugly
going to
color.
affect the strength?
Doesn't-
Or going to
no.
affect the repair?
None of the
as
products
such?
that we talk about UV does not affect the properties at all. It does, the color though, they will tend to turn kind of a greenish color. The JF311 or the 54, the flexible polyurea, okay? That one, it's dark gray when you first shoot it out, and then after about a week or so in the sun, it'll turn gray-green. Okay, then within 60 to 90 days though, it changes back to gray, to a dark gray. So it's very unique, that product. It doesn't maintain the green color. All the rest of these products though, they will turn green in the sun and they'll stay that color. So you have to consider coating it if that's a problem. But the JF311 flexible polyurea does not. You don't have to worry about it. It changes back. Okay?
Okay, so we finished our job, we've done our repair, and now what do I do with what's left in the tube? Do I just chuck it away because it's broken up? No, absolutely not. Because of the design of the cartridge and the design, don't be nervous. Design of the product, all I'm going to do is flick out the flow control.
Yeah. And do not forget that flow control, guys. It's critical. It's taped to the inside of the nozzle. So when you go to use it, you have to pull that off, and it's taped right to it. So it's very important to use that.
I'm going to take the plug that was in there originally, dust cap, and as long as that's nice and clean and we haven't got contaminated product around the nozzle, that goes back in the truck and we can use it again tomorrow or the next day. Or
So you need to buy additional flow nozzles if you're, or use
Right.
additional flow nozzles if you're.
Correct.
nozzles are sold separately along with the flow control, but compared with the cost of the product, it's a huge saving.
It's a 3-pack, right? 3 in a pack, correct?
And no, those ones are sold
Oh,
separately.
you sell those separately. Okay, you buy them in bulk.
It's
Yeah.
only the injection ones we sell in the 3-pack.
Okay, perfect.
So you can see that
Once that tube's been opened and you've closed it up again, how long will it last?
as long as the shelf life says on the, as long as you've got it clean and you haven't got the
Yeah.
two products contaminating each other,
Because
it'll
you're
last
sealing
as
it.
long as what the shelf life,
Right?
which is 12 months.
12 months.
But
You're
we
sealing it
use
back out.
stuff that's 3 years old.
If you don't seal it back up
Demonstrations.
again, that won't be true. If you leave it open to the air, it's done in a week. But if you seal it back up, it's good for the shelf life.
Okay, so we'll come back to this later. We'll give it a half an hour or an hour to cure, and then we'll do some testing on it. We'll break that open if we can, and so you can see how it's penetrated right the way through.
Okay.
Next product, Steve.
I guess EJ, huh?
EJ.
Yeah. You want to do EJ next?
Yep.
All right.